Yo, what is going on, guys? Flux here, coming at you guys today with another YouTube video. What you guys are going to be watching today is the official second video up on my brand new YouTube channel, Flux Live. I know I had several channels in the past that, if you guys followed me before, you would remember me. I went under the name Simplex back in the day. I was under Flux now for quite a while, but with that being said, I have a new channel now that I'm really looking to go hard with. This channel right here is going to be the main one you guys are going to see for years to come. I was able to get the channel title and just get everything set up for it the way I want to. Finally got an organization all settled in that I love and that I'm going to be working with here in the future and for years to come. So really quite happy with that, and hopefully you guys are going to get a lot of great YouTube content coming to you guys here from myself within the days to come, months to come, and hopefully within the years to come. So my real plans with this channel is I would like to upload daily. However, the only problem is that I have a part-time job which I'm getting pretty close to full-time hours at. I'm probably get the most hours at any part-timer at my job, so therefore it does get kind of hard for me to stay on a consistent upload grind, just due to the fact that I write content for Justice Pro, which is by the fact the organization that I am working with at this time, Team Justice Pro. But actually, you know what? We're gonna have to talk about it unless I jump into a game. So before we talk about Justice Pro, what my plans are with the channel, if you guys check out my character here, I got this emblem on my character. It's not the best Justice emblem. I spent so long working on it last night trying to perfect it, but it's just hard to do. So it's alright, I guess. I'm rocking the ASM one. I'll probably be running the BAL though, to be honest. Whiteout shirt. I got the legendary samurai loadout. I also have an elite exo, but I didn't want to use it because it looks lame. But I like this one. This one looks pretty flashy and sick. What else do we got on here? I've got the KVA Believer bandana, shin guards, the fireproof gloves, tombstone boots, enemies in the Atlas Engineer Exo. So that's what I'm going to be rocking on these on my characters today. Before we jump into this, I'm going to switch up back to my white camo because I feel like that's just going to pop off for you guys in the video. Seeing the white camo with my logo on it, so I'm going to throw that on really quick. But yeah, like I was saying, I have been with Justice Pro now for, I want to say it's almost a week, to be honest. Before we even get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Rick, who goes by the name Big Snacks. He is the owner of Justice Pro. He is also like their coach, their manager, like I said, just the overall owner and leader of Justice Pro. He did a absolute phenomenal job. Really want to thank him so much for giving me the opportunity to work with Justice. I would not be here doing what I do every single day and getting the support that I have been over the past week if it wasn't for him. Also, big shout out to Just Slim, who originally helped me to get in contact with Rick in order to talk to him and get set up and finally be able to give him the opportunity to work with such a phenomenal organization. So big shout out to those two guys. Both their Twitters I'll try to put in the description below if I remember, and then you guys can go drop them a follow on there as well. So getting back to what I was saying, yeah, I have been working with Justice Pro now for almost a week. I really enjoy it. It's a phenomenal organization. As you guys know, they used to have a professional Call of Duty team. They're taking a little bit of a break from the competitive, from the competitive Call of Duty scene. However, they do plan on making a return to it again at some point in the very near future. So don't think this is something where it's just one of those organizations that says, "Oh, we're taking a break," and then they actually like don't make the return. They will be making a return to the Call of Duty scene. Don't you worry. So there's just some inner workings and things that just needed to be fixed. There's some things with the team and with other things that they just wanted to get reworked out. And then we'll be able to put together a roster maybe late in Advanced Warfare, but I think the plans as of right now are to wait until Black Ops 3, to be honest, and then throw together a good squad going into Black Ops 3, seeing what's happening with the whole PlayStation scenario and etc, etc. So what this video is going to be about today is, like I've been telling you guys and that I said in the first video, is that I want to bring to you guys new content as to like daily or I guess you could say like the news that I write about, but then also bring it to you guys in video format whenever I can, so that if you guys are on the go or something and you guys don't have the time really to sit down and read, you can just turn on the video, hit the play button, and just listen to me talk about it. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. Today's topic is going to be about why I feel that Counter-Strike Go is going to be the CoD killer. As many of you know, there's a lot of issues in the Call of Duty scene and with Call of Duty in general that need to be addressed in order for the game to succeed going into the future. As a lot of people know, with the whole UMG scenario, with the whole prize pool being extremely low, being the lowest I believe that we said that it's ever been in the history of competitive CoD. It's been very difficult for amateur players and organizations to get a lot of their money back that they would like to have from attending events and placing well. So therefore, UMG's prize pool is very low, which is upsetting a lot of different people. And there's just a lot of different things, as we know, inside the scene, such as the bashing on Twitter, the constant roasting, the just unprofessionalism from our scene, the constant shit talking after matches, just the poor attitude and lack of respect towards you know, your competitors, in almost, I guess you could say, in that way. And there's just a lot of things that I believe that need to be fixed in order for Call of Duty to succeed going forward into Black Ops 3. So in order for that to happen, things like MLG needs to set up an age limit. I mean, I know at this point that there is a technically a parental waiver that kids can sign, have their parents sign, going into a LAN event that allows them to play, but that's not the same thing as having an age limit. So what I mean by that is the amateur scene is made up of many different varieties of individuals, nationalities, ages, etc., etc. And to be honest, you see good players that break out from nowhere. I mean, just look at players like Huke or Temp. A lot of those guys are really young. However, they're very good players just due to the fact that they've been given opportunities to play, and they seize the opportunity and just go for it. But as we all saw the thing a few weeks ago with Hugh getting exposed, etc., etc., there's a lot of different things and uncertainties that have been in the scene that we just really don't know about with the age limit being so young. So therefore, I feel like if MLG sets a cap for the age being a little bit higher at 16 or 17, where if you want to compete at a LAN event or compete in like professional online tournaments, you need to be a certain age. In order to buy Call of Duty, you need to be at least 17 years old. So therefore, if you have to be 17-year-old, why are we allowing 15-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds allowed to play on LAN? Now, I'm not saying that I'm discriminating against younger kids. I don't have a problem with being a younger kid. I was a younger kid playing Call of Duty too, but I'm saying if we're going to have younger kids playing, there needs to be a rule set or some way of handling it, because the amateur scene at this point, in my opinion, is complete trash, to be honest. The pro scene is constant pro teams adjusting players from roster to roster to roster in hopes that one team will be better enough to beat Optic. That's really all it has been, as we've seen over the past few, at least for Advanced Warfare, would be the best example that I can give you, is that Advanced Warfare has seen the most roster changes, I believe, out of any other competitive Call of Duty in the history of the franchise. Which, I mean, that kind of just goes to show something for you right there, that, something's been going on in this game with, no roster has been really the same, the whole game. That's pretty crazy. I mean, I don't think we've seen that yet in any other Call of Duty, having every single roster different. Like, that's pretty crazy. So I just really feel like there's just a lot of things with the game and with the scene in general that just need to be fixed. I mean, if you go and look at Counter-Strike and how like the players and their scene I guess you'd say, I wouldn't say handle, how they yeah, I guess say how they handle themselves or how they conduct themselves. It's in a much more professional attitude and mentality. That they actually respect each other. Like, they actually shake hands after matches most of the time. There's no, screaming across the monitors after matches, talking trash. Just, the overall just poor rep that Call of Duty pro players and amateur players alike give the scene. So therefore, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of that needs to change, and players need to be disciplined for their actions if they choose to do stuff like that. If they choose to go out here and give our community and our game a bad reputation by, conducting themselves in that way, and they need to be disciplined likewise. If we're gonna, expect Call of Duty to go anywhere and to grow in any way, we're not going to be able to continue doing things the way that they are at this point right now. So that's just one of the things that I think needs to change. There's a number of different things now. People saying that Call of Duty competitive is going to be switching to the PlayStation, which has not been confirmed yet, so don't quote me on that. Nothing has been confirmed yet. That's just people speculating, just due to the fact that all the DLCs now they're saying is going to be coming to PlayStation first now. So if PlayStation has exclusive DLCs, why are they going to let, Call of Duty on Xbox host a world championship? The answer to that probably is that they won't. PlayStation's going to want to host the Call of Duty, the world championships. And in order for that to happen, that means Xbox won't be. And with Xbox not hosting that, that lets you to believe, well, then obviously you'd think that competitive is going to be switching over to the PlayStation 4. So that leaves a lot of amateur players who are on the 360 right now in a tough spot, who maybe aren't financially as stable, or still trying to make a name for themselves. It makes it a lot harder for themselves to get their name out there with constantly now having to switch back to a different console, while also with having like their roster spot constantly in jeopardy. As we all know, if you were an amateur player, your roster spot most of the time, unless you're a really dominant player, is usually in jeopardy, because people in the amateur scene are very immature, and they're always trying to change things up, go for the better name, etc., etc. And it just makes things difficult to succeed if you're an amateur player. So switching over to PlayStation 4, I feel like is possibly going to be a good thing, since Xbox really hasn't been that much of a supporter, I guess you could say, of competitive. I mean, they've given us the competitive like world champs every year, but they really haven't like made it known that they really support competitive. They don't sit here and make improve the game for the competitive style. There's just a lot of different things, in my opinion, that they have not done that they really should be doing, um, in order to make competitive and make it known to the extent that MLG is trying to make it. So I feel like they really need to rebrand themselves, and I feel like PlayStation will definitely help with that. I mean, if PlayStation's willing to go out here and help, to brand MLG and competitive Call of Duty in a certain way that is going to lead to, further growth and extension within the scene, it's really going to benefit, not just professional players, but definitely the amateur scene as well, to help them grow. And by giving them a prize pool that they're willing to compete to, where they're not just going to open to say, hey, I placed top 32, but then got knocked out by, Set to Destroy or something. No offense to any org, but, we just see this, the constant repeating of things every single event, and we don't see a lot of variety inside the pro scene, with amateur players, just due to the fact that we see the same players on the same teams rotating around and around and around. There's not much really variety of new players added into the scene, that we have seen. So there's just a lot of different things, in my opinion, that need to change, and I feel like PlayStation would definitely be at one type of console, and Sony will definitely, I believe, help with that. But it's just really all going to depend on what's ultimately done, and what they ultimately decide to put into competitive COD going into Black Ops 3, and whether Mr. Vonderhaar definitely is going to be able to save us like we all hope he's going to, and resurrect the scene again and revitalize it almost, in essence. So hopefully he does. I mean, I definitely hope that they do. I mean, I definitely am excited for Black Ops 3. I really hope that it does work out. I think that Advanced Warfare definitely set us back a little bit, in the scene, with our growth. I think Ghost somewhat was helpful, but I don't think we've really seen the amount of growth we've needed to. Black Ops 2 really did wonders for the Call of Duty community, and really helped the expansion and overall just widening of and expanding of sponsors and variety of competitive players within the scene. So there's a lot of different things need to change, but that's what I feel. I feel like a lot of things need to change in order for the game to succeed, and if it does, then everything will work out just fine. So that's really all I got for you guys today. I don't want to ramble on. Just want to give you guys a quick rundown and overview of what I'm thinking about Call of Duty and competitive esports. There's going to be a lot of different stuff like this coming out for you guys within the next few days and weeks ahead. So you guys did enjoy it. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I just started this up, so obviously I'm looking to get some new subscribers on the channel. I really appreciate everybody's support out here, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Until next time, this has been your boy Flux. See you on the battlefield.